Good morning, children. This is the video related to the first lesson in Indian economics, that is, Indian economy on the eve of independence. Here it is occupational structure on the eve of the independence. Here in this, we can see the sectoral contributions towards the GDP also. And you are more aware about the different sectors, that is, primary sector, secondary sector, and tertiary sectors also. And if I define what is occupational distribution means, the distribution of the working population across the different sectors of the economy. And I told you that the primary sector, 75% of people engage in agriculture during independence period. And here, what is primary sector means? It includes agricultural and allied activities. And in the secondary sector means that is manufacturing, and the tertiary, it is service sectors also. And in the different places, the occupational distribution is different also. And here it is reign of the Indian wealth, that means the flow of our goods from our country to the outflow of the goods from our countries to the foreign countries also. That means after the advent of the British rule, they found our country as a mere exporter of the raw materials and the importer of the finished goods that are made from the Britain also. So heavy inflow of the foreign goods to our country also. And here, that is, drain of the India's wealth means the British government served the British economic interest also. That means export surplus was used for their maintaining the British government, and they sold their goods in India also. Here the percentage is given regarding to the different countries, how much that means 72 of the population in agriculture in India, 2% in USA, and in Japan also, like that. Here, the major sectoral contribution, that is agriculture, contributed more to the GDP as well as the working force engaged in agriculture. Here, it is foreign trade under British rule. That means after the advent of the British rule, I told you that after the introduction of the railways, the flow became ease. That means they have here export surplus was used to maintain their expenses incurred for war as well as to maintain their army all. So totally the drain of the Indian wealth, what happened means the decline of the handicrafts and the problem of the unemployment arises also. See, a composition of the India's trade means that we have mostly we have engaged in the primary products such as the raw silk, cotton, wool, sugar, and we have imported the other finished consumer goods from the foreign countries also. Here it is demographic profile. As I told you that here the different indicators have shown to explain the population also. Birth rate and death rate, infant mortality rate, life expectancy, and literacy rate also. And the percentage is also given in a different manner. This is the different stages of the demographic transition. That is population explosion. The first stage is high birth and death rate. Second is high birth and low death rate. Third one is the second stage. Here we can see the different indicators given here also, and the different stages, the theory of demographic transition, we can see the different three stages here. That is the high birth rate and death rate, second stage is high birth and low death rate, and third stage is low birth and low death rate also. And in the theory of demographic transition, it is here the reasons are given for the what are the reasons for the high birth rate and high death rate also. That is the first stage. The different reasons are given. In the second stage, what are the reasons for the high birth rate and low death rate? That is also, these are the reasons for the high birth rate and low death rate. And the third one is the low birth rate and the low death rate. And if you read this, we will be able to know the reasons. What are the reasons for the low birth rate and the low death rate? Mainly because of the medical advancements also. Reasons. And here we can see the table shows the growth of the population in India since 1901, and in 2011 it is 17.54 also. And the birth rate and death rate also in 2011, the birth rate is 22.1% and death rate is 7.2 percentages. Here infant mortality rate, that means regarding the average number of the deaths per thousands of children born in the age of 1 year, and it is given here. The maternal mortality rate is the annual number of the female deaths per 1000 live births from any cause related to or aggravated by the pregnancy or any management problems also. And the life expectancy means the average age a person expected to live, the lifespan of a person. And the density of population means the average number of the population lived in the square kilometer. That is, here it is given the estimates, the various estimates regarding it is given here. And the density of population from the year 1901 to 2011, and it is given as 382. That is density of population.